Inkwells note. We carry on. Hello, Maplers of Global Maple Story, or GMS for short. This is Hi and BO. No, I'm just kidding. Head of Western Development, also known as Inkwell. It's been about a month since I posted my first note. In that note, I touched upon the future localization direction of GMS and how our service will begin to pave our own path. Why you gotta do them like that? One that caters to our particular situation and player base. After all, even though Korea Maple Story, or KMS for short, is where the game's content originates, our service has taken a vastly different turn. I discussed how I was thinking about the long-term direction of GMS and how my plan is only in its infant stages. Even so, I couldn't just ignore pressing issues that needed to be addressed immediately, which is why I shared certain decisions that had already been finalized. We stated our Maple Story Western project in February of this year, at which time we did a review of the services as a whole. When I shared things... Oh, that my ad break. While I shared things with you that had been confirmed in my previous Inkwell note, I left out many things that had still been discussed. My intent was not to appear ambiguous about things that were still being decided. However, due to the speculations that arose after the last note, I decided to post another note today to elaborate on some of the things players have been wondering about. Today, as head of Western Development, I would like to focus on the game's design and developmental direction. After my observations with GMS at the start of this year, I decided to start working on Heroic World. As I joined the decision-making process, I discovered that it can take drastic measures and a lot of persuasion to shift the service into the direction I envisioned. I knew GMS players were worried about the future of GMS after seeing many of the recent changes to KMS, so I focused my response on highlighting the unique elements of GMS and finding a direction that focused on those. My previous note was placed for me to present my thoughts after thinking deeply about those things. As with any undertaking this ambitious, we ran into difficulties when excluding our new plans, which led to delays in the second quarter roadmap, but I personally believe that it was worth it. I'd like to extend my thanks to you once and again to everyone for their patience. Oh my god, the special note update. As with any undertaking this ambitious, we ran into difficulties executing our new plans, which led to delays in the second. As of now, focused on the issues close to the hearts of players in Heroic World. In the previous post, I would like to take time today to talk about the issues close to hearts of the players in the Interactive World. I'd also like to discuss a few details and some designs in June's update. Oh my goodness. Before I go into those details, I'd like to make one thing clear. I do not intend to take a one or the other selective approach towards this. It's not as if I'm thinking GMS really ought to focus on Heroic World or GMS is really about Interactive World. The two worlds clearly have different characteristics, and I want to home in on and take advantages of those two. The M and the N key are very close to each other. Hone, H-O-N-E, right? Not like he's making a house. I want to hone in on and take advantages of those differences. Interactive World. We back. Spelling mistake. Word mistake. There's no blue wiggly line. Interactive Worlds has an important place in Maple Story's long history and traditions since the very start of GNS with Scanny and Bera. The friendships, accomplishments, and history of longtime Maple Story player exist in those worlds, and I believe they should continue to exist into the future. However, I also observed Interactive Worlds during the Maple Story Western project and wondered if players were truly interacting as smoothly as their world types named implied. I saw several elements in the current structure of GMS Interactive World that could use improvements in its game design. Also, the trade system and economy should have the foundation of the interactive world, and in those systems too, I saw places where we needed to make improvements to live up to the name of interactive world. As such, I would like to address the following issues related to interactive world. Trade restricted items. First, I would like to discuss trade restricted items. Several items in interactive worlds are currently untradeable, restricting the interactive experience that the identity of this interactive world. This is weakening the flow of goods needed for both leveling and to maintain a healthy gaming economy. I took a close look to the history and reasons for those untradeable items in interactive world. Most of them were made untradeable as a way to mitigate the effect of bot and macro accounts abnormally producing these items, but these restrictions seemed excessive and the current environment. And I think the namesake interactive gameplay experience is more important. To decide whether an item should be tradable or not, we'll need to take time closely to observe and analyze each item, taking into account the current service trends, the demand of each item, and the effect of supply has on the economy. This review is currently ongoing. However, there's one thing I can mention. As of this summer update, June 12th, 2024, newly obtained Soul Urta fragments and nulled stones to interactive worlds will be tradable. Fuck you, Nir. Get fucked. We will do our best to internally track and manage any issues that arise from this as we continue to review other items as they may need to be changed or tradable. Now let's continue. As I strove to understand why the trade of the economy and GMS interactive world is so strained, I realize it's due to the unique service situation GMS. One of that is so different from the other services. Part of this difficulty is not as many people in each game world participate in economic activities. This is discussed internally by Team GMS starting from late February, and I would like to share my current thoughts about this. Two things need to be accomplished. First, we need to ensure a constant influx of new players as a healthy economy requires to a certain threshold of participants. Then we need to find a way to consistently encourage all players, both new and current, to be active in the economy. As such, a key part of MapleStory's Western project's long-term goals for GMS is to gain new players to increase retention in the game, to be it interactive world or heroic world. We're currently working towards that, but I'll talk a little bit more in detail in the future when it's ready to be revealed. Now let's just discuss other issues in interactive world. Okay, so they're trying to bring more people into the game. World merge. It's revitalizing the game economy of interactive world doesn't prove to be enough. We are considering a world merge. If we do go in that discussion, that direction, it won't be a current worlds are kept as is, but we'll share a merged auction house type of situation. The last GMS world merge was in 2019. We had many game systems change back then, which is why there are several key technical issues that need to be resolved before a world merge could be executed well. The highest priority would be to resolve these technical issues first, then decide on a direction for the merge method and guarantee it all can be done with sustainability. This requires a large amount of development effort due to the sheer volume of the task, plus we need to ensure the player data is handled with care. Therefore, instead of rushing to this, I want to make a decision on a comprehensive review to focus and ensure stability. If we do decide to move forward with this, we are tentative looking at September 2025. So fuck no. Frenzy totems. Moving on, I want to point out a current imbalance between players in interactive world regarding the experience of leveling and acquire certain goods. This is not only a problem that current players find frustrating, but is also a barrier to retaining new players. I'm referring to the topic of frenzy totems in interactive world. I believe the frenzy totem has been a bit of a hot potato in GMS interactive worlds for a long time as a sensitive topic, but I believe I need to address it. In my exhaustive review this February of the current frenzy totem, I observed that not only a small number of players have them compared to the total numbers of players in interactive world, but how few frenzy totems that were, I'm sure had a massive impact on the game, and yet it was being utilized only by a select few. After the Frenzy Totem was released, Frenzy Totem service became a common amongst players. Not only does this cause issues with the game's balance, but it also creates imbalance in the leveling experience between players. This imbalance intensifies after the sale of Frenzy Totem stopped, as you couldn't get the item anymore. The Frenzy Totem did not affect the leveling experience. It also affected the game economy in regards to the acquisition of goods. Simply making adjustments to the game to this item right now will only domino into a series of other issues. So instead, we're reviewing plans to address this imbalance of opportunity and create a smoother supply and demand flow of key leveling items. A few alternatives are currently being reviewed, such as including a Frenzy Totem again in the Marvel machine, or separately providing via sale items with similar features as the Frenzy Totem, plus other essential game goods. I would like to let you know that nothing has been confirmed yet, as this topic is still being reviewed. We are currently running an economic simulation of offering an alternative. We are also doing a technical review of server overload based on field mob spawn. Considering the impact, this is something we need to approach very carefully to see it's truly the best plan. No changes will be applied in the summer June update, but hope to announce something and confirm plans soon in September. Maple Reward Shop. I want to let you know that the Maple Reward Shop will be revamped not just in interactive worlds, but across all worlds. The current reward shops items that aren't useful as they once were, leading to unsatisfactory purchase experience for players. This is being revamped. We will debut the revamped Maple Reward Shops in the summer update. Following. So newly added bonus glowing cubes. I think that was important. I mean, sure, name. Okay, so we're getting similar to like their mild shop. That's cool. Heroic World. Whoa, we're getting... Oh, pet snack. Huge. And then all worlds, you can just get... Oh, shit, you can just get transparent shit. And little pets. Nice. No limit to Water of Lives? Yo, that's actually kind of nutty. Sheesh. I will tell you now for other things we'll consider next time. For now, I'd like to discuss things about the summer update. Yeah, pets are basically free. GMS is now officially moving in the direction of providing the type of service that best suits the needs of our own service. With the summer update, MapleStory Western Project wants to make a public statement and mark a watershed moment for the GMS service. Therefore, the GMS update will be based on KMS's Dreamer update. It won't follow the update as is. GMS will move forward with its own update. The update name and slogan will also be different from that of KMS Dreamer. We reimagined the name and slogan of the update to celebrate this milestone. Stay tuned as we will be announcing it on our official website in a few days. That's a coolie zombie, right? Or this is just High Mountain. The contents of the summer update was previously revealed in the Q2 roadmap. I'd like to clarify a few things to help Maplers understand the details. Base system for those who haven't seen the previous Inkwell note, and for those of you who aren't sure what to expect after my previous post, I wanted to touch on this topic once more. As mentioned in the previous Inkwell note, GMS will maintain its own specs for the following matters. These decisions were made by taking into account the current gameplay experience of GMS, as well as the nature of the GMS service. There will be no adjustments to the following in GMS. The maximum amount of meso a player can be obtained while hunting monsters, the availabilities of cubes, and how potentials are obtained and adjusted, meso acquisition multiplier, and the price of intense power crystals in heroic worlds, and the availability of Ursus. The contents above will be kept currently in game as they are. Epic Dungeon High Mountain. High Mountain is a new content added KMS Dreamer update number 3 and is high level content for 260 plus 6 job characters in GMS. We're making the Epic Dungeon playable starting with summer update number 1, so players can obtain the perks of the content quickly. I believe you'll enjoy accelerating your growth as quickly as possible with the large amounts of EXP and Soul Erda related rewards. However, in regards to the Maple Coin system, which was first introduced in the KMS Dreamer Epic Dungeon content, after internal review with the GMS team, we have decided not to introduce the Maple Coin system for GMS in this update. Ooh. I'd like to provide some additional insights on this. The reason why the Maple Coin is not currently being implemented has to do with the GMS maintaining its own specs in the base system mentioned above. Unlike the KMS Dreamer update, the GMS environment will not be implementing the cap on the Mesos in turn, which will continue to maintain a high Meso acquisition multiplier in heroic worlds. It will continue to maintain Ursus content as a Meso resource. Therefore, we decided that the Maple Coin system in the KMS Dreamer update, which was put in place to account the removal of the changes of the above situations, was not suitable for KMS. To create a positive gameplay experience, we're removing Maple Coins from the rewards and replacing them with Soul Erda fragments, which are essential for leveling up, thereby keeping the rewards in alignment with the direction of GMS gameplay experience. We will keep an eye on the role of the Maple Coin system in the future of the KMS content, update trends. If at some point in the future we feel that the use of the Maple Coin in GMS would be a positive addition to the gameplay experience, we will open to considering it in a way that best suits our service for at that time. At least for now, Maple Coins will not be introduced. Addition of Grandis content fams. There have been ongoing requests from GMS players to add fams from Grandis content. This update 252 adds familiar drops to the Cernium area of Grandis content. After this update, we will consider updating familiar cards to other Grandis areas sequentially. So that's the 7/17 one, so it's July, and it's only for Cernium, but not surprised. In line with the slogan of the new update, I've prepared a small events to thank you for the support of your patience with the GMS service. Participate in the events to earn exclusive rewards. The campaign will start in the summer updates. Closing remarks. Since the last Inkwells notes, I've been overwhelmed by your support and your love for MapleStory. In fact, for the month after that, there were both internal and external dilemmas that undermined the plans. There were both internal and external dilemmas that undermined the plans and the approach that I and Team GMS developers were pushing for. Being able to announce today's note as well as the last note involved a lot of good faith and convincing. Nevertheless, I believe that it's right to overcome these difficulties if it means making the game better. I don't want to compromise and take the easy path. I want to remain on the right path, even if it's the difficult one and takes time. I hope for your continued support. Everyone on the Team GMS has been hard at work preparing for the summer update. I'm grateful for the many Maplers who are interested and love what we do. To thank you for all your players and your patience, and in anticipation of the new update and all future changes, I prepared another small gift. Inkwells thank you gift. 2 mag pots, a growth selector potion, 10 more symbol selector coupons, the 100 symbol selector coupon, and street smart glasses. If only I could put them on Inkwell. Claim period fucking today? Today. The GOAT. How to claim? I mean, it's at 11 p.m., but for 2 weeks. Requirements, characters must be 101. Experience notes, symbol selectors can only be claimed by characters level 200 plus. Thank you for reading this long post. I hope you look forward to more enjoyable MapleStory coming this summer. As much of you trusted and waited for this will return the support. I am Bo Western of Development with Team GMS. You sick son of a bitch, you done it again. He's come with the back-to-back banger. What the fuck? You guys don't even know. Talking about being bricked up, dude, like, can you guys see that? Look at that. See that right there? That's for fucking Inkwell right there. This might be sexual harassment for all I know. Well, fuck. Look at that guy. Woo, 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 woo. I'm all nipples. I'm all nipples today. We are beyond bricked. Nero really had to wait a couple of more days. So, Gumi, I truly believe they would not have posted this had he still waited. No. Make him lose, then post this. So, the one thing that I will say is this trade restricted items, it's cool. I hope they continue to look at that sort of stuff. Newly obtained solar artifragments, kind of funny. Again, that's hilarious, but great. That's great news. I've said it before and I'll say it again with totems. Fucking 5 times or like 4 times progression is not good for the game. So I hope that they maybe nerf drop rate if they end up making totems like workable, or I don't know how you make it work. But I think you'll progress through the game too quickly for what they want. Maybe that's what they want. I don't know. If they do decide to do that, tentatively looking at summer 2025. 2025 is a really long time away, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, bringing back frenzy totems, bringing back wild totems, I think might be a good idea too. Like, if you're going to do it, just fucking do it. But also be kind of nice to have them in heroic. I mean, nice and not nice. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. I don't really care. But I think regardless of the way you do it, you have to balance out the like 5% of how it goes for everything, because that part's kind of tough. That part's kind of hard. I mean, server merge would be huge until like you talk about like you don't have instance maps, so like you're kind of fucked if you're high level. This like reward shop, I mean, we needed an update to this. I think that's pretty pog. This is kind of like, to me it's like, are you adding this stuff, or is it just these are the 3 things that you can buy? But yeah, 3 pets and then water of lives, so all of my dead wonkies and stuff and sugars can come back and get buffs. That'll be cool. The update name and slogan will be different from GMS. I mean, they've done that before and stuff, like Picnic for Minar Forest was like different and stuff. But it's kind of cool that they're like going to change all this. I think that's kind of pog. I mean, I just see mushrooms. Mushroom. No, what the fuck? That's fucking NLC. Yo, that's the Statue of Liberty for NLC. What the fuck? Yo, that just fucking hit a piece of my brain. Like, that tickled. Invaders coming back. Cause I mean, I used to live in NLC because I hunted Bigfoot. But that's this. That's Homeboy in the background. Right? Like the wreath can I, is this, oh yeah, that's really gonna fuck it up. But this right here, and then that's like the flame. Oh yeah, it's the pyramid, like this part right here. Oh, I mean, there's just a pyramid. But like in theory, this part right here could even just be the like Grendal's hat, like just like right there. A little wiggly hat, or it's a slime dot. It could be fucking anything. Sir, that's a Yeti Sphinx. Call her what you want, man. But yeah. Imagine if it's invaders. I mean, homie looks like he's holding the like, kind of looks like a whip, but also just kind of looks like the like two-handed wooden sword. But yeah, fuck me. What else do we got here? I mean, High Mountain, I get why you wouldn't have the coins in there. I think they explain that pretty well as far as like, there's no fucking point. Solar to Fragments being in it is cool for interactive. I had a feeling that they do it in chunks and that we wouldn't get them all. Kind of sucks not to get like, I hope they come out with Grandest Familiars very quickly, because it's like it would be nice to get them like at some point. But I mean, maybe my Hyperburn will get some training in. Seems kind of bunk, but I mean, at least we'll get some extra ones from doing dailies. But yeah, after this update, we'll continue to consider updating familiar cards to the other Grandis areas. I wonder if they're going to do like 2 badges, because I mean, getting like 10 badges on most characters will be a little bit easier now. So that wasn't the special event. Interesting. And this, I mean, more Magpots, more EXP nodes, another symbol selector for the person who was talking about leveling a bunch of 210 mules today. If you're still here, perfect. You got some more. Okay, this guy. Can't wait for the shoe to drop at some point. Because right now he's ball deeps. He's sucking us dry. He's giving us that good right now. This is crazy. Big W's. Jet re-release. RD, you're high on your own supply. What were those nebulets? You want to bring back nebulets? Please, for the love of God, no. System was ass. Yeah, I think Niru caused that like thing to come out where a lot of it's still like speculation. Actually, there is one part. Why can't you find it? What the fuck? It was where he was talking about internal and external, like, talks. And it says other game goods, so fuck, you might see some like other stuff. God, just milk us so good, man. Milk us dry. The like Inkwell thing is a picture and not a text, so I can't I can't find. I can't control F stuff. Fuck you, Inkwell. Oh, how quickly life changes. Bastard. Okay. So, yeah, see, it's like a fucking picture. In fact, for a month after that, there were both internal and external dilemmas that undermined the plans and the approach that I and Team GMS developers were pushing for. So I don't know if you all know what that means. But if I could just put it on my tinfoil cap here right now. That means that there were some people in the boardroom or in the meeting room, whatever you want to call it, who might not have quite liked what was being said or how it was sort of being planned out and stuff like that, and probably said a little bit too much on their mind or had a little too much to say that wasn't quite in line with what the new Korean director thought was a good idea. It could be as simple as something like poo-pooing on a new idea or something that they thought was really good and they're like, no, that'll never fly in Western audiences or stuff like that. Or it could actually just be like pushing just a little too hard for something. So that might just be a tongue-in-cheek way of saying, like, again, maybe just speculating, but like maybe it didn't really matter what was said on a certain stream at some point that was like 4 hours long on whether or not something happened, but more of like an internal problem.